It is about to be crockpot season and we are going to be prepared. Crockpot meals are so easy, but let's make them even easier by just having them ready to go in the freezer. We're gonna start off today's video by making some stuffed peppers. I like to write on my bag beforehand because you guys know it's really hard to write on it after you put all the stuff in. Once we put these into the crock pot, we are going to add about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of broth. You can use bone broth, chicken broth, whatever it is that you like. And we're gonna cook on low 6 to 8 hours. Now, when I tell you guys to cook on low 6 to 8 hours, you can always adjust that. You can do high for 3 to 4 hours if you want to. We have an abundance of green peppers from the garden. So the garden just went bananas. So the last thing I want is for these to go to waste. We're gonna start by cutting the tops off of these so that they are ready to go. Now there are a couple of different ways that you can do this, and I have done this in my crock pot multiple ways. You can cut the bell pepper straight in half and then just gut it or de-seed it. You can cut the top off of it. Going to cut the top off of each one of these. And then a spoon can be helpful in just a minute too. Sometimes they'll come right out. Then you can just kind of like dig out the extra little seeds that are in there and just top them out. That's it. Okay, so we're gonna do that to each one of these and then we will be ready to put the mixture in. I like to save the tops of these because at the end, I'll go through and make sure that I've used all of the green pepper on there because they are great with eggs in the morning. I'm starting with a pound of just ground beef. You can use whichever kind you like, you prefer. We're gonna add it to this bowl here. Now also last night, just to prep for this recipe, I made up some rice. So this is 1 cup of uncooked rice. So it's probably around 2 cups or so. I'm gonna go ahead and add all of it in. I've actually made this before where I didn't cook the rice first and it was totally fine, but I had everything out and ready to go last night, so it just made sense to go ahead and take care of it. I'm gonna add in this can of diced tomatoes. Normally, I actually prefer to use a can of the diced tomatoes with the chilies. I thought we had some, but we do not. I am gonna drain this just a little bit. We don't need all of the juices in there. Oh, I also wanted to say, if you are making this with uncooked rice, you need to leave the juices in the can. We just don't need to do that because I've already cooked the rice. Now we need to add in some spices for really good flavor. I'm starting with a little bit of paprika, probably about a teaspoon or so. This is one of those things where you can be a little more liberal with it and it's not that big of a deal. So let's toss that in. We're also gonna add a teaspoon of chili powder. Again, this is one of those things you add as much or as little as you like. And we're gonna do about a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. You can definitely add onions into yours if that's what you prefer. Also need to add in about a teaspoon of salt. And we've already got our rice and our beef in there, so we can just mix this together. Now, let me just go ahead and let you guys know that a lot of times this makes like a lot more than what I need for the peppers. I'm actually gonna make a pepper casserole and it's really, really easy and it'll be in a different video, stay tuned. Okay, now we just start to stuff those peppers. So take the meat mixture that you've got and just add it in. You stuff it as full as you can possibly make it. That's how I do it anyway. And then this whole bag thing, have to get a little creative with how we do this. I think I'm just going to store them this way and then we will lay the bag kind of like flat in the freezer. We'll see how this goes. Now, there might be better ways to store this in the freezer. You do not have to do it the way that I did it, but we're just gonna seal this bag up. It's gonna go in the freezer and it'll be ready to use whenever we are ready to eat it. The next one that we are going to make is a honey soy pork tenderloin. And we're just gonna go ahead and get everything here in this bag. And I guess it's technically not soy because I'm not using soy sauce, we're using coconut aminos instead. So we're going to thaw and we're going to cook on low 6 to 8 hours. If you want to do this on high, you just do 3 to 4 hours. Okay, I've got these things right here that were sent to me by a subscriber. Thank you so much, I love them. I feel like I say every time I do a freezer meals video that I need to invest in these and just order them on Amazon and then I forget by the time I'm done doing the video. So sweet that you sent that. I love using that. I got our pork tenderloin from Sam's Club. It comes in a 2-pack that there's like attached, but in each one of the packs, there are 2 pork loin in there. Let me turn it this way so hopefully you guys can see a little better what I'm doing. We're gonna add in some olive oil here, about a half cup. I'm not gonna measure this one though, just kind of a rough estimate. And the other thing I'm not gonna measure is honey, and that's just because it's easier for me to just use the bottle and not dirty the measuring cups. But for this, we are using about a half cup. Now, because I'm using coconut aminos, I'm going a little less than a half cup because coconut aminos, that's actually sweeter than soy sauce. So I'm gonna get some sweetness from that too, so I don't want it to be too sweet. The next thing you need is some sort of seasoning, some sort of steak seasoning or pork seasoning or something like that. I'm gonna go with the seasoning that I bought last time we were in Blowing Rock, and it is from the Spice and Tea Exchange. This is their Tuscany spice blend. I don't know, we're gonna check it out and see what it's like. Obviously, if you have the Auntie No Knows Everything seasoning, that would probably be absolutely delicious in this. About 2 teaspoons of this seasoning. It smells really good. We are going to add some garlic powder, about a half teaspoon. You could add more. You could add minced garlic too, if that's something that you like. Well, let's go a little bit more. We like garlic. And we do need to add some ginger as well. I would say use as much or as little ginger as you like. We love the flavors of ginger. So you could go anywhere from like a half to a quarter teaspoon, something like that. Let's add in, I'm adding about a half. And then I'm gonna add just a touch of red pepper flakes, and this is just to add just a little bit of heat. You saw how little that was. It's like an 1/8 teaspoon. That's it. That's all that goes in here. Now I'm gonna take this out of the bag stand. Let the air out as much as possible here. And I'm just gonna massage the bag a little bit so that we get all those flavors mixed around on both of those pork loin. Now guys, obviously these are very simple recipes, things that you could absolutely just make the day of. It does not need to be made as a freezer meal. You can throw any of this in the crock pot today as you're watching this video. I'm a big fan of just having things ready and available on certain days when I know things are gonna be crazy. And it would probably take me 10 minutes to throw all of this together and put it in the crock pot. But sometimes it's just nice and convenient to pull that whole bag out of the freezer and have it ready to go. So that's it. We've got the honey soy pork tenderloin. Okay, you guys, this next one is a crock pot chicken Alfredo. Super easy to do. Let's make sure we write on our bag first because that makes it easier. I'm putting CP. I usually do that if I remember for crock pot. And then we're just gonna say low 6 to 8 hours. Serve over noodles or rice. I've got some chicken breast. Okay, this chicken breast is massive. I'm gonna cut it in half. Once the chicken goes into the crock pot, it's gonna cook, obviously, in the crock pot, and then you're just gonna shred it up. It's gonna be really easy to shred because it's been cooking in the crock pot all day. The next thing that we're gonna add to this is cream of chicken soup. You would use 2 cans if you're using cans. I actually make my own. I don't know, that might be a little weird, but really easy to make. And then I know it's only 4 ingredients. So we're gonna pour all of that in. So you would use 2 cans if you're not being crazy like me and making your own. And then I'm gonna refill this because we need 2 cups of water. So I'm doing actually about 1 3/4, maybe 1.5 cups of water. I think that'll be enough because of the amount of chicken that I've got in there. The next thing we're gonna add is a packet of Italian dressing mix. Now, if you haven't seen my Italian dressing mix video, I'm gonna link it right here so that you can see it. You don't wanna miss it. It is 3 different recipes that you can use, that you can make using an Italian dressing packet. So easy. I also have a ranch packet video. Love these type of things. This is the next thing that I probably need to learn how to make. I'm sure it's very easy. Okay, so we're gonna pour, this is almost a full pack. I used very little on a different recipe. So we're gonna take this off of the bag holder. I'm just gonna mix it around a little bit. That is all you have to do. This recipe is so easy. You're gonna throw this in the crock pot when you're ready to make it. And then later that evening, when this recipe is ready, you're just gonna throw on some rice or some noodles and it's gonna be ready to go. There you go, so easy. All right, my friend, I hope that you enjoyed today's video and that you get some inspiration for making some crock pot freezer meals. If you want more crock pot inspiration, check out this video right here. It's got crock pot favorites. You're gonna love this one. It is one of my all-time favorite videos. If you need more freezer meals inspiration, check out this video right here. You're gonna get even more freezer meals inspiration. I love making freezer meals. It sets us up for success. I get everything that I need to make my weeks go just so smooth. I hope that you guys are having a great week. Bye. Did you know that if you're looking for something on my channel, all you have to do is go to my main homepage on my YouTube channel. There's a search bar and you can search that search bar for exactly what you're looking for. So like today's video, if you're looking for more freezer meals and maybe you don't know where the playlist is, or you're looking for a specific freezer meal, head to that search bar, type in what you're looking for, and you're gonna find the video there. I hope that this helps.